The story of North America. Welcome. Welcome to North America, a land of vast plains, towering mountains, dense forests, and bustling cities. From the Arctic tundra in the north to tropical regions in the south, this continent is full of contrasts, natural wonders, and human achievement. North America feels dynamic. It is a place of exploration, innovation, and diversity. From ancient indigenous cultures to modern nations, its story is one of resilience, creativity, and change. Part 1. The Birth of North America and Early Civilizations. North America's story begins with its land and people. Long before Europeans arrived, indigenous peoples lived across the continent. They adapted to deserts, forests, plains, and mountains. They hunted, fished, farmed, and built societies with unique cultures, languages, and traditions. These early peoples created tools, shelters, and systems of knowledge suited to their environments. Some regions were centers of remarkable civilizations. In Mesoamerica, the Maya and Aztec civilizations built cities with pyramids, temples, and complex infrastructure. They developed calendars, mathematics, and astronomy that rivaled knowledge in other parts of the world. Trade networks connected regions, spreading goods, ideas, and culture. In the Andes, the Inca built advanced societies high in the mountains. They created roads, terraces for farming, and strong administrative systems. Their engineering skills allowed communities to survive in challenging environments. In North America's plains, forests, and coasts, indigenous peoples formed diverse societies. Nations such as the Iroquois Confederacy had political systems based on cooperation, councils, and shared decision-making. Communities valued storytelling, music, and rituals to preserve history and teach values. Trade and communication were important across the continent. Goods, ideas, and knowledge traveled between regions. Rivers, lakes, and coasts served as highways. Indigenous peoples developed agriculture, tools, and artistic traditions adapted to local environments. Societies were organized around family, clans, and leadership. Communities balanced authority with responsibility. Leaders were expected to protect, guide, and support their people. Social and spiritual life was deeply connected to nature, cycles of the seasons, and the balance between humans and the environment. By the time outsiders arrived, North America was a continent of complex cultures, thriving societies, and rich traditions. Its people had created systems of governance, knowledge, and survival adapted to diverse lands. Part 2. Colonization, Expansion, and Transformation. North America's second chapter is marked by dramatic change, conflict, and adaptation. When Europeans arrived in the late 15th and early 16th centuries, they brought new technologies, ideas, and diseases that reshaped the continent. Indigenous societies faced tremendous challenges as settlers claimed land, established colonies, and imposed foreign systems of governance. Spain, France, and England were among the first European powers to explore North America. They sought resources, trade, and territory. Spain built missions and settlements in the south and west, spreading culture, religion, and agriculture. France focused on trade and alliances with indigenous peoples, especially in the north around the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River. England established colonies along the eastern seaboard, gradually expanding inland. Colonization disrupted indigenous life. Traditional societies were often forced off their lands. European diseases, such as smallpox, devastated populations. Many communities were destroyed, while others adapted, resisting or negotiating with the newcomers. Despite the hardships, indigenous culture, language, and traditions endured and continue to thrive today. The arrival of Europeans also introduced new ideas and economies. Farming techniques, livestock, and crops from Europe changed agriculture. Trade networks grew, connecting Europe, Africa, and the Americas. The transatlantic slave trade forcibly brought millions of Africans to North America, leaving a profound social, economic, and cultural impact that continues to shape the continent. Conflict and struggle defined the period. Wars between European powers and later between settlers and indigenous peoples reshaped territories. Colonists often fought for control, freedom, and survival. Over time, new nations emerged from these struggles. The United States gained independence from Britain in 1776, and Canada gradually achieved self-governance from Britain while maintaining ties to the monarchy. Expansion and development followed independence. Settlers moved westward across the continent, building towns, cities, and infrastructure. Railways, roads, and communication systems connected distant regions. Agriculture, mining, and industry grew rapidly. This expansion often brought further displacement of indigenous peoples and environmental changes, reflecting both progress and conflict. North America became a continent of opportunity and innovation. New ideas in governance, science, and society spread rapidly. Constitutions, education systems, and legal frameworks shaped modern nations. Immigration brought millions of people from Europe, Asia, and beyond, adding new languages, cultures, and traditions to the continent. Despite conflict and change, resilience remained central. Indigenous communities preserved culture and language. Colonies became nations. People adapted to new environments and technologies. The continent's diversity became its strength, combining traditions, ideas, and people from many backgrounds into dynamic societies. Part 3. Modern North America. Culture, diversity, and global influence. Modern North America is a continent of contrasts, opportunity, and influence. From the bustling cities of the United States and Canada to the vibrant landscapes of Mexico, it combines modern technology with cultural richness and natural beauty. Mountains, plains, rivers, and coasts shape both life and identity, while its people continue to adapt, innovate, and create. North America's population is diverse. Millions of people from indigenous communities, European settlers, African descendants, Asian immigrants, and Latin American populations coexist. This diversity brings language, religion, and cultural traditions that make the continent vibrant and dynamic. Festivals, music, and food reflect centuries of mixing, adaptation, and creativity. Economically, North America is a powerhouse. The United States and Canada are leaders in technology, industry, education, and finance. Cities like New York, Toronto, and Los Angeles are hubs of commerce, innovation, and culture. Mexico combines ancient traditions with modern industry, agriculture, and tourism. North America's economy influences global trade, finance, and technology, shaping life far beyond its borders. Education and knowledge flourish. Universities, research centers, and schools attract students worldwide. Scientific breakthroughs, innovation, and cultural production thrive. Advances in medicine, technology, and space exploration show the continent's capacity for progress. Knowledge is valued as a tool to improve society and drive the future. Culture is central to North American identity. Music genres such as jazz, blues, rock, and hip-hop have become global phenomena. Film, television, literature, and art from North America influence the world's imagination. Indigenous art, storytelling, and music continue to preserve history, heritage, and values while contributing to the continent's rich cultural tapestry. Democracy and civic participation shape society. Governance in the United States, Canada, and Mexico emphasizes citizenship, rule of law, and public engagement. Political systems are constantly evolving to meet social and economic challenges. Ideas about freedom, equality, and human rights influence not only domestic policies, but also global perspectives. North America faces challenges. Climate change, inequality, political divisions, and social issues affect communities across the continent. Urbanization, environmental pressures, and migration create complex problems. Yet North America continues to address these through innovation, policy, and community effort, showing resilience and adaptability. The continent teaches lessons in growth and coexistence. North America demonstrates that diversity is strength. Innovation arises from mixing cultures, ideas, and traditions. Resilience is built through adapting to challenges while preserving identity and values. Learning from history, embracing change, and respecting community create the foundation for future progress. North America's influence is global. Its people, culture, ideas, and technology shape education, entertainment, politics, and business worldwide. From scientific discovery to popular culture, from governance ideas to innovation, North America continues to play a central role in global development. Modern North America is a story still being written. Its future depends on how societies balance tradition with innovation, diversity with unity, and freedom with responsibility. Indigenous knowledge, immigrant experiences, and modern ideas all contribute to a rich and evolving narrative. North America is not just a continent. It is a living example of adaptation, creativity, and influence. It teaches the world that resilience, diversity, and imagination can shape a society that is both strong and inspiring.